All right, well, we haven't done one of these in quite a while, and today we have something in the mail. This is going to be from Dan's Ammo, and over the years I've found a couple things on his site that'll pop up randomly, this being one of them, and this was a nice addition to a portion of my collection, and I'm excited to have it, so let's go ahead, get in and take a look. Let's see. Nice. It's all my info, don't have to worry about that. And, oh, good. This is nice packing, good. So I have been a fan of Smith & Wesson ever since, actually my first firearm purchase ever. And my first handgun was a Smith & Wesson Model 10.5. And I've always liked the older Smith & Wessons. And this was something I never had, and this came in at a really good deal. The only thing is I don't know what the condition's going to be. It was listed in, supposed to be in really good condition, and I trust his evaluations, so let's get in and take a look. Wow, this is beautiful. So this is going to be in .32 Smith & Wesson. This is going to be of course, a 6-shot double action revolver, and I believe this is the I-frame. So this is either going to be a .32 hand ejector model, probably the third variant, or a pre-model 30, as they called it. And I will have to see what I can determine because the serial number and the barrel markings aren't exactly matching up. But let's bring you in here for a closer look, and maybe some of you can help me determine what this one actually is. All right, let's take a look at some of the features on this one. We can see here that it has the diamond grips with the medallion inlaid. And on the bottom of the grips, we have a patent June 5th, 1917. Now, where I was confused a little bit was that the barrel markings, you can see here, we have Smith & Wesson on the left side, and then we have .32 long cartridge on the right-hand side. We have the roll mark here on top of the barrel. And we have the serial number here underneath. Where normally there would be the model number, I cannot make out what this says here. So, other than the two assembly numbers there, of course the cylinder, matching serial number, as well as the strap here. Right, now in terms of condition, looks pretty good. This was advertised as in good condition. We can see there is some wear on the cylinder, but the lockup appears to be pretty nice. So we'll have to give that a test run. Now I don't see a Smith & Wesson logo on either side of this. Perhaps there's one underneath the cylinder release. We'll have to take a look at that. What we can see is that this is an earlier 5-screw model. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and take these grips off and the cylinder out and see if I can determine anything else about this. This is a smooth face trigger with a knurled hammer and a round notch in the rear sight, bladed front sight. We have some wear around the muzzle, but looks like no nicks in the crown, which is good. Cylinders look all right. And it does look like the barrel could use some cleaning, but that's usually the case on a lot of the older guns. So, go ahead and get these grips off, see if I can find any other numbers under there. There is no serial number on the grips other than this patent date. They seem in good condition though, which is really nice. And under the cylinder release, there was no Smith Wesson logo. And again, there's an assembly number, but I can't see a model number or anything to that effect. The only thing I can see is some dried oil in there. And since we came this far, we might as well take the rest of it out, take the side plate off, and have a look in there. It feels pretty good, but you never know. So, the only other numbers that I was able to find was a B and an A here. The round butt of the grip. And of course, as we looked at earlier, this is B 277060. Same here. I'm going to go ahead and break this down and just do a good cleaning while I'm in here, and I won't bore you with that, but we'll come back here in just a second. Alright, so here's everything broken down, and didn't find anything abnormal in here. On the side plate, there is an assembly number in here, and mostly just old grease that's been dried up and hardened. Now there is a little bit of surface rust here, and along where the grips touch the frame, a couple other places, more dried oil here, and you can see some of the finish wear and just more dried oil and things in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and we'll get it back together. But overall, I'm very happy with it. Here we are, we're back together and cleaned up. And aside from the wear on the cylinder, it's in really good shape. And I'm excited to have it in my collection, as I don't have an I-frame. Well, I do now, but this is pretty nice and pretty neat. For comparison, here is a Model 36 J-frame. Beautiful, beautiful snubby right there. There was a couple intricacies of the I-frame, specifically on the plate. There's a spring that holds the hand in there in place, unlike a little bit differently than it does in the J-frame. And so that was neat to see and get to work on. And honestly, I haven't taken a Smith & Wesson apart in a little while, so that was kind of fun and nostalgic. So anyway, I'm glad to have this in the collection. And again, this is going to be the older model with the pinned barrel and 5 screws and these really nice grips. Inlaid medallions. I haven't cleaned those up, but I know they're going to clean up well. No chips out of it or anything, and in really good shape. for their age. So anyway, here we go. It's looking pretty good. Functions real well. Feels really tight. So just have to find some 32 long, get this puppy out. So there we have it, is a nice little unboxing from Dan's Ammo. He's always been very kind to me and honest with his prices and grading scale. So anyway, this is going to be a nice addition to my Smith & Wesson collection. I guess I should do a video on that sometime. That'd be nice. Anyone can tell me if there's a specific model number, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I need to brush up on my Smith & Wesson models, so any information is much appreciated. So I haven't been posting regularly for a little while, and I plan on making up for that here in the near future. We have a couple announcements coming up that I'm pretty excited about, so stay tuned for those. And as always, I appreciate you watching. Until next time, keep your fingers off the trigger. We'll see you later.